Can ChatGPT unclog my sink?
ChatGPT can absolutely walk you through the steps. You describe what you're seeing, and I'd offer suggestions, like checking the P-track, using a plunger, or trying a drain snake. But, and it's a big but, if something's beyond DIY or looks like a bigger plumbing issue, I tell you to call a pro. In other words, I'm a coach, not a licensed plumber.
Let's find out.
All right, if you're ready, show me what you got. If you got the same.
All right, I'm trying to, yeah. Okay, it's okay. I'm just, it's an intro to a video, but I'll get back to you on that.
No worries at all. Just let me know when you're ready. I'll be here to help you make it clear and approachable.
You ever had one of those days where a problem you've been avoiding for weeks finally decides that today is the day you're going to deal with it? Well, that's today. I woke up this morning and this was still full. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I cleaned this out. I scooped it out. I washed the sink a little bit because it's still embarrassing. And I refilled it with water. Let me have a seat. Okay. I've unclogged bad clogged sinks like this many times before. And I'm pretty sure in this case, what I would do is disconnect the stopper, pull out the stopper itself, which is probably where most of the gunk is living. And then I would probably disconnect the pipe below it to really clean out the trap. But I thought it would be interesting to see if ChatGPT could walk me through this process as well. And with that in mind, I'm going to do my best to pretend I don't have the knowledge that I already have. I'm going to do what it suggests, and hopefully it can walk me through this process. Let's find out. All right, Chip, I'm here. I've got a sink that is clogged, and I'm hoping you can walk me through it. And feel free to ask me any questions you may have.
You've got it. First things first, what exactly are you seeing? Is water just standing there? Is it draining super slow, or is it fully blocked up?
So here you have it. Can you see what I'm seeing?
I see it clearly. That water is definitely sitting still. All right, first question. Does your sink have one of those pop-up stoppers in the drain, or is it just open?
Well, I mean, you can see here, right?
Yes, I can see that pop-up stopper right there. We'll likely want to remove that first. Usually there's a mechanism underneath the sink holding it in place. Are you comfortable checking under the sink for that rod or clip?
Yes, I am.
Great. Once you find that rod underneath, you'll likely see a little clip holding it. If you gently unclip it or unscrew the pivot, the stopper should lift right out.
Okay, I will try that next. All right, I'm going to check inside here for the pivot rod. There it is here, and here is the clip. Okay, I am under the sink, and I see the little clip here.
That little clip typically slides or pinches off the rod. Gently press or slide it to release. Once it's off, you can wiggle that rod out of the drain pivot. After that, your stopper up top should lift out easily.
And do I just push it in this direction, away from the pipe?
Exactly.
I'm having trouble with this. You see here, I push it back and forth. That is still not working.
If the clip is stubborn, you can also try gently pulling the rod from the pivot side first.
When you say the pivot side, do you mean this here?
Exactly. If you loosen the nut or gently pull that rod out from there, the stopper up top should free up.
Where did I put my pliers? All right. So I'm guessing just pull this out. Ooh. Bleh. All right. So I disconnected this from the pipe. Do I need to actually take this off still?
Yes, that pivot rod should come out fully to free the stopper. Once you slide it out, the stopper in the sink basin will lift right up.
Yeah, but okay. Do I have to pull this rod out of this sort of plasticky part?
Exactly. That plastic pivot nut or piece is holding the rod. You can unscrew or pull it out gently. Once that rod is out, the stopper up top will be loose.
So basically, I have to unscrew this part right here. So I loosened it, and now this slides off. Theoretically, this can just go popping right out. So if I didn't disconnect this part here, I wouldn't be able to remove the stopper there. All right, now what do we do?
Next, we want to clear out any debris. You can use a small tool or even a zip tie to fish out any hair or gunk. Then we'll test it with water.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's get that clog dealt with.
All right, it's already pretty gross. So what kind of a tool should I use again to unclog this?
You can use something simple, like a small plastic drain tool, a zip tie, or even an old toothbrush. Just something to hook or lift out debris.
I have some tools. Why don't I show you what I have and you tell me which one is the best one to use?
Absolutely.
I'll be back.
I'm ready when you are.
He's always ready. I'm bringing in all the tools. We have this auger here, an electric auger, manual snake, a few of these plastic things.
For a bathroom sink, simple is best. I'd go with that plastic hair tool. It's perfect for pulling out gunk right near the top.
This one?
Yes, exactly that one. Just carefully slide it down the drain opening and pull it back up.
All right, before I use this, I'm actually curious about what it said about using a zip tie, because not everybody's going to have one of these. Although if you don't have one of these, get one of these. They're super cheap. It's like $5. And this is the best tool I've ever used for unclogging a sink. Most of the time, this is all you're ever going to need. So invest. So I'm going to ask Chip about the zip tie. All right, Chip, you mentioned earlier the possibility of using a zip tie to unclog this sink.
Absolutely. A zip tie can do the trick in a pinch. If you have one long enough, you can snip little notches along the sides. Then you slide it down the drain, wiggle it around to snag hair or debris, and pull it right back out.
So basically what you're suggesting is we take a zip tie and then actually cut notches into it like the tool that I have.
Exactly. By cutting little angle notches, you create tiny hooks. It's a DIY version of those plastic tools.
Oh, terrific. Okay, actually, I'm going to try that. Thank you. All right, that's interesting. I'll be back. So many options to choose from. All right, I'm going to pretend I have a couple of average size zip ties that someone might have. And so I'm going to put a couple of these together. Cut this off. You can see here, just going to cut some notches along here. And maybe I will stagger them. I don't think it has to be perfect. Just has to catch the hair. All right. All right. That looks pretty good. It's gloves time. Okay. All right. Ooh. Oh my God, that's so awful. Yeah, but that worked. Wow, that's just disgusting. It looks like I got the primary clog. So I'm just going to put this larger one in there just to see if it goes any deeper and if that yields anything different. No, it didn't. Wow, that was pretty cool. Zip ties. God, what can't they do? Really? Right? I'm going to clean this up and consult with Chip. Ugh. That is some gross business right there. Okay, Chip, that worked out really well.
Now we just reassemble and test the flow.
Before I reassemble, can I just test the flow now?
Yes, absolutely. Run some water now and see how well it drains. If it's flowing smoothly, then we'll pop everything back together.
Okay. It's looking good.
With it draining well, you can put the stopper and rod back in place, secure the clip, and you're done.
Should I do anything with the trap below the sink?
If you've got good drainage now, the trap is fine. No need to overdo it.
All right, cool. What I didn't realize at the time was that I needed to put part of this back in place under the sink because the next morning, so I woke up this morning and as I was getting ready, I looked down and I noticed that there was water on the floor where there shouldn't be water. So I looked closely, realized it was coming from here and that there was a leak. What went wrong? So you know how yesterday I unclogged the bathroom sink?
Absolutely. What's the follow-up?
This morning, I got ready and I noticed that water was leaking under the sink. And so I was hoping you could help me figure out why that happened and what we could have done to prevent it. So all I did is remove this.
That's the pivot rod and stopper mechanism. If that wasn't fully tightened back in, water might be escaping around that fitting. Show me where you're noticing the leak under there.
I'm noticing it right here.
Ah, I see the mix-up now. That pivot rod seals that hole when the stopper is seated. Without it, water can escape from that opening. Just reinsert the rod properly, and that should stop any surprise leaks.
Okay, and I'm guessing I don't need this part, this rod here.
Exactly. If you're planning to just use a simple push drain, that rod and bracket are needed.
All right, I will put this back together again, dry everything off. So I'm kind of glad this happened. I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you guys are working with some sort of an AI chatbot, it might be helpful to really ask a lot of proactive questions. I mean, I should have thought of that myself, that there was a big hole there that this thing filled. So let that be a tip for you guys. Now I have to dry everything. All right, I think we're good. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not feeling anything. No wetness. I've got my new stopper. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty easy. So yeah, it looks like I could just pull it right out and catch anything that's in there. It's definitely a lot easier than going under the sink and doing that the other way. So, all right. So was working with ChatGPT a success? Well, let's think about what it did right. It was successfully able to talk me through how to remove the ball pivot underneath the sink in order to release the stopper. It pointed me to the right tool to use and also gave me that really cool zip tie trick so that I could unstop the clog easily. However, when I asked if I could run the water in order to test the clog, it should have said no. I should also have thought of that, and I did not. And it knew that there was a hole. After we'd run the water, it did remind me to put that stopper ball thing back. So in theory, it knew we shouldn't have run the water then. I guess it's part of its people-pleasing programming that it doesn't push back as much as it should sometimes. I think if you're going to work with a chatbot for anything really, you need to still bring your brain to the process. So I guess in a way we're all learning, us as well as our chatbots.